What's up YouTube? Nate here.
Lester.
We're doing something special for 500 subs commemorative video, I guess you can call it. We decided today that I would do a top 10 pickups of the year so far. So basically for this video, I picked the top 10 pickups that I got from this year, single items or groups or whatever I felt like. And I wanted to share it with you guys today. Lester here will provide commentary.
Oh, I will.
For number 10, it was my birthday in June, and I invited everyone out to come and partake. I made a video about it. And one of the gifts I got from my friends were a Resident Evil deck building game expansion pack. Now this means a lot to me just because they're from really good friends of mine, and the game itself is just a lot of fun. If you haven't played Resident Evil before, it's a deck building game where everyone starts off with a weak hand, and you slowly build your deck and you fight zombies in card form. Lester tried it out once actually.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it because
I'm not into those games, but you know, I gave it a chance. I can see why people like it. Otherwise, it's not for me. But Nathaniel and Rap love it a lot, actually.
Number 9 on our list. I was actually out with Lester and his brother one day, and at Valley Village we found a Turbografx 16, and it was only like 13 bucks, right?
Yeah, I thought you guys were lying when I turned around. I was all like, really?
Such a good find. I wanted one for so long, and it's the first and only one that I have. And for 13 bucks, I thought it was really cool. Good thing about it, it worked well.
Yeah, when we finally played it, we were super amazed by the graphics and how the system was built. Like, it should have been bigger than what it was, I personally think.
Well,
it's really good system.
It's not a real true 16-bit console. It's two 8-bit processors that make it 16-bit, but still, beautiful console. Played flawlessly. One controller port though, so it's not a huge library, so it's really easy to finish that collection if I wanted to. But for number 9, Turbografx 16. Number 8, remember this? My cousin.
Oh, with all the Nintendo DS games he gave you, like just out of nowhere. I was like, really? Wow, this kid kept all that stuff. Wow,
oh, man, he was wicked as my cousin. Man. I think I called him Billy. I wasn't really allowed to use his real name, but gave me all his DS games. He's outgrown them, and he wanted to sell them or get rid of them somehow, and I said, I'll just take them off your hands.
Pokemon Diamond version. They ran out of colors, so they started using minerals.
These are like in immaculate condition.
Perfect with the case, had all the manuals with it.
The Nintendo codes.
I actually am now a platinum member on Nintendo Points, and I haven't bought one brand new Nintendo item for like a year. Anyways, thank you again to my cousin Billy.
Triple uranium, son.
Anyways, number 7 on our list. One day, Lester and I, this is probably in the early months of the Thriftdwellers,
yeah,
we found bags of Famicom games at the thrift store, which is hugely uncommon to find at the thrift store. And they ended up being $1 each.
There's like a Dragon Quest in there. I don't know, some army game. There's Ice Climber.
It was an awesome day. Actually, I came out of the washroom. Usually I'm following him with the camera, but when I came out of the washroom and he had like 3 bags of Famicom games, I was like, no way. My cousin works at the same store we usually go to, and apparently said it was there for a couple of days. I was like, wow, I never picked it up. So
I actually was able to play some of them because I had a converter I found at the flea market. Games are actually really hard to play when you can't read what it says.
Japanese.
For number 6, we were at River City Pawn Shop. I found a Nintendo game called Dragon Fighter. I classify this game, it's not a rare game, but I still classify it as uncommon. And it was 10 bucks. The reason I picked it up was because it was uncommon. But after playing it for a while, it actually turned out to be a lot of fun. It's a fun platformer. You have this mechanic where you can turn into a dragon, I think. And you can fly above all your enemies. And it makes it a little bit easier, but I got to a point where I could just play the game without transforming. It was a lot of fun, surprisingly. Only 10 bucks. I think the game is valued at about $30 loose.
Oh wow.
Number 6, Dragon Fighter. Fun game. Try it out. Number 5. Now this is early Thriftdweller.
This is like our first blog post.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
or second. First or
This
second.
is when we never made videos yet.
Yeah, we were scared to go on YouTube.
It was a copy of Super Mario World 2 for the Game Boy. This is the original release. It was the first appearance of Wario. So if anyone actually collects comic books, you know, first appearance stuff is like priceless. And what did they say? When we first picked it up, it said 400 bucks. There was a copy on sale for on eBay.
Apparently there was a copy on eBay for $450, and then we were just curious, went on the Nintendo site or whatever, you know, a fan forum, and they were saying how it averages out to maybe 300 to 400 bucks, depending on the condition. And this guy found it sealed.
$5. Number 4 was actually, this one was not on video until Lester made a blooper video.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll put it up yet or it'll be seen.
Like, we just started YouTube and we were like in the auction scene for like a month.
I love auctions. I still go to them periodically. Nothing for sale for me though, but whatever. They had a Nintendo sign from 1980s. It was a one-sided vacuum form sign. We don't have this on camera except for a video I made where I hung it. I ended up buying the thing for $82.50. There was another Nintendo enthusiast in the crowd and he bid me up, if anything.
Yeah, he was being a dick, I think. Like, he knew.
So it's hanging in my basement. I love the thing. It just looks dope.
Yeah, whenever you see it, it's just like, wow, that's my childhood right there on that wall. Like,
It's crazy.
That's how it is, yeah.
For the top 3, Lester and I left the house.
I had a full scruff. I look so different now.
So we left the house to do our top 3.
And I shaved.
It's like a time lapse.
Anyway, top 3.
Number 3, we were at Valley Village in the Unicity area of Winnipeg, and they had for sale in the cabinet Super Nintendo with 4 boxed games in it. The boxed games were Donkey Kong Country,
Super Mario Kart.
yeah, Super Mario All-Stars, and a Super Game Boy. It was 90 bucks. He wanted $89.99 for it.
Sell it, you know you can make some money on it.
I want to keep this. I think he's a nice guy, but he's a jerk when he prices stuff. You're at a thrift store. You don't pay 90 bucks at a thrift store. Anyways, the reason I put it on this list is because 3 of those games were my favorite games growing up as a kid. And I'm just happy to have them complete in box because I've wanted them complete in box since I've started collecting video games, and I finally found it that day. 90 bucks didn't faze me too much because I was able to sell my Super Nintendo for about 40 bucks. And I sold a pair of shoes.
They're my favorite, actually. I don't collect shoes, but yeah. Anyway,
Nike Dunk Delalo's dead stock in box. And I ended up selling those shoes more than I bought them for, so I didn't really pay anything out of pocket for the set, which is kind of good as well. True Thriftdweller fashion. So number 3, my boxed Super Nintendo games from my childhood.
I love Mario Kart.
Oh. Number 2.
Number 2.
X-Men versus Street Fighter!
X-Men vs. Street Fighter, it's a game I've wanted for quite a long time now. And the reason I put it as number 2, it was actually a game that Lester and I both shared growing up as a kid.
That's all we played every lunch before hang time came.
Every hang time was awesome. It melded together 2 of my favorite things in the world, comic books and Street Fighter.
It was probably the most genius thing Capcom could do, actually, playing both of those games. Yeah, X-Men vs. Street Fighter is a really balanced game. Even though it looks cheap when you watch the videos and play with other people, it's not.
So number 2, X-Men vs. Street Fighter. Awesome game. If you haven't tried it out, try it out. I actually borrowed the game off you for months.
Really?
Yeah, man.
That's why it's been scratched. No.
Number 1. Lester and I picked this up, I think in July. It was at a garage sale. It was a PlayStation 1 cabinet. Now this was probably one of our most popular videos on our channel, and part of the reason is because it was only 20 bucks for the whole cabinet. It's a beautiful cabinet, it's solid, it's metal, it's particle board. There's like little windows in the thing, and it looks so nice when it's full. The reason that it's a video me and Lester will never forget is because he was the one who actually kind of helped me carry it home. which was kind of tough. We couldn't move that thing.
It's really bad.
Yeah, I wish we had video of us trying to get it in our basement. Like, I had to take the hinges off my back door, and the whole time we're going down the stairs, Lester's saying, "Please don't crush me."
I was scared. I'm not the strongest person.
It's one of the biggest things I've ever purchased for my room, even though technically it's not in my room. It's outside of my room, but my plan is when I get a new place, that'll be one of the focal points in the room.
Nah, I love the cabinet a lot. Actually, when I saw it for the first time, I was just like, wow. I remember these at the store, so for 20 bucks, crazy deal.
So full credit goes to my wife. She was the one who found it and haggled the person down from 30 to 20. And thanks Lester for helping me get it into my house. From us, I hope you enjoyed my top 10 pickups of this year so far.
Yeah, thanks for subscribing. We honestly thought we'd only have like 100 halfway through, but now it's 500 plus, so really thankful for it. Actually, it still amazes us to this day.
So you were all considered thrift dwellers.
Keep on rocking in the free world.
Go and be free. Anyways, thank you guys so much for real. Thank you guys so much for watching. We enjoy making these videos. Hopefully you enjoy watching them. And yeah, man, keep going.
Later.
That was in sync. That is so not manly.